Welcome to War Bios, the podcast where we delve into the lives of history's most fascinating military figures. I'm your host, General Biography, and today we're going to explore the life of Gaius Trebonius, a Roman general whose strategic brilliance and complex character played a pivotal role in shaping the fate of the ancient world. As we embark on this journey through the life of Gaius Trebonius, you'll discover a man of remarkable talent, unwavering ambition, and unrelenting passion for the art of war. Born around 90 BCE, Trebonius was the son of a minor noble family, likely with roots in the equestrian order. His father, also named Gaius Trebonius, may have been a local magistrate or a military officer, providing his son with an early exposure to the world of politics and warfare. The Trebonius family resided in Rome, possibly in the upscale Quirinal Hill district, where many prominent families had their homes. Young Gaius would have grown up surrounded by the sights and sounds of the bustling city, the roar of the crowds in the Forum Romanum, the clang of hammers on metal in the workshops, and the smell of fresh bread wafting from the nearby bakeries. As a member of the nobility, Trebonius received a traditional Roman education which emphasized grammar, rhetoric, and philosophy. He would have studied under the guidance of an experienced tutor, likely a Greek scholar, who taught him the works of Homer, Sophocles, and Euripides. This classical education instilled in Trebonius a deep appreciation for literature, history, and the arts, as well as the skills necessary to communicate effectively and persuasively. The historical context of Trebonius's early years was marked by significant social and political upheaval in Rome. The late 2nd century BCE saw the rise of the Gracchi brothers, who sought to reform the Roman Republic and address the growing wealth gap between the rich and the poor. This period of social unrest would have had a profound impact on Trebonius's worldview, shaping his perceptions of power, politics, and the role of the military in Roman society. As a young man, Trebonius would have been deeply influenced by the figures of his time, including the esteemed statesman and orator Cicero. He may have attended public speeches and debates, where he witnessed the art of rhetoric in action and developed his own skills in argumentation and persuasion. In addition to his formal education, Trebonius would have received military training, learning the fundamentals of combat, tactics, and leadership from experienced instructors. This early exposure to the rigors of military life would have instilled in him a sense of discipline, duty, and loyalty, essential qualities for any aspiring Roman general. The family's social connections would have also played a significant role in shaping Trebonius's early life. His relatives may have included prominent politicians, military officers, or businessmen who provided guidance, support, and opportunities for advancement. For example, his uncle or cousin might have been a senator or a high-ranking military officer, offering valuable advice and introductions to influential figures. This period, marked by significant military campaigns, strategic innovations, and complex relationships with other notable figures of the time, would prove pivotal in cementing Trebonius's reputation as one of Julius Caesar's most trusted generals. Trebonius's entry into the world of Roman politics and warfare was likely facilitated by his family connections and social status. As a member of the nobility, he would have had access to influential figures and opportunities for advancement that were not available to those of lower social classes. His early military training and education would have also provided him with a solid foundation in the arts of war, preparing him for the challenges he would face on the battlefield. One of Trebonius's earliest recorded military campaigns was his participation in Julius Caesar's conquest of Gaul. This pivotal conflict, which lasted from 58 to 51 BCE, saw Trebonius serve as one of Caesar's most trusted legates, playing a key role in several significant battles, including the Siege of Alesia in 52 BCE. The success of this campaign not only expanded Rome's territories, but also cemented Caesar's position as a dominant force in Roman politics, with Trebonius emerging as a highly respected and capable military leader. Trebonius's strategic brilliance was evident in his ability to adapt to different combat situations, often employing innovative tactics that caught his enemies off guard. For example, during the Siege of Alesia, Trebonius was instrumental in repelling the massive Gallic relief force, utilizing clever defensive strategies that ultimately led to the defeat of the Gauls and the capture of their leader, Vercingetorix. In addition to his military prowess, Trebonius was known for his complex relationships with other notable figures of the time. His association with Julius Caesar was particularly significant, as he became one of Caesar's most trusted allies and confidants. This relationship would eventually lead to Trebonius being appointed as a governor of a Roman province, further solidifying his position within the Roman hierarchy. However, Trebonius's rise to prominence was not without its challenges. He faced intense rivalry from other Roman generals and politicians, who often sought to undermine his authority and question his loyalty to Caesar. Despite these obstacles, Trebonius remained steadfast in his devotion to Caesar, continuing to serve him with unwavering dedication and strategic brilliance. The period of Trebonius's life as a rising Roman general was also marked by significant personal struggles. As he navigated the treacherous landscape of Roman politics, he would have faced numerous moral dilemmas, often being forced to choose between his loyalty to Caesar and his own sense of justice. These internal conflicts would have tested Trebonius's character, shaping him into a more nuanced and complex individual. The combination of military campaigns, strategic innovations, and complex relationships with other notable figures of the time would ultimately prepare him for the challenges he would face in the years to come. This period would prove pivotal in shaping Trebonius's legacy and ultimately deciding the fate of the Roman Republic. As a close ally and confidant of Caesar, Trebonius found himself at the center of the intrigue surrounding Caesar's growing power and perceived threat to the Roman Senate. Despite his loyalty to Caesar, Trebonius was also a pragmatist who recognized the dangers of Caesar's increasing dominance. He walked a fine line between supporting his friend and mentor while also navigating the treacherous landscape of Roman politics. One of the most significant events during this period was the conspiracy against Julius Caesar, which ultimately led to his assassination on the Ides of March in 44 BCE. Trebonius played a complex role in these events, as he was one of the conspirators who initially planned to kill Caesar, but later backed out due to his loyalty and affection for him. According to historical accounts, including those by Plutarch and Suetonius, Trebonius was tasked with distracting Mark Antony, one of Caesar's most loyal allies, while the other conspirators carried out the assassination. However, at the last minute, Trebonius reportedly had a change of heart and instead engaged in conversation with Antony, preventing him from intervening on Caesar's behalf. The aftermath of Caesar's assassination saw Rome plunged into chaos and power struggles as various factions vied for control. Trebonius, who had been appointed as governor of Asia by Caesar, found himself facing opposition from other Roman leaders, including Brutus and Cassius, who sought to eliminate him due to his perceived loyalty to Caesar. Despite these challenges, Trebonius continued to navigate the complex web of alliances and rivalries that defined Roman politics. He ultimately aligned himself with Mark Antony, one of Caesar's most powerful allies, in an effort to counterbalance the influence of Brutus and Cassius. The period following Caesar's assassination also saw Trebonius facing significant personal struggles. The guilt and regret he felt over his role in the conspiracy weighed heavily on him, leading to a reevaluation of his values and priorities. This introspection ultimately shaped Trebonius into a more nuanced and complex individual as he grappled with the moral implications of his actions. The combination of intrigue, power struggles, and personal struggles would ultimately prepare him for the challenges he would face in the years to come, shaping him into one of ancient Rome's most fascinating figures. That's all for today's War Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, I'm General Biography reminding you to keep marching toward victory.